thought it might do that. Shadowplay is so bizarre like that. It does cut off. I can load it in Warcraft 3. I can come out of Warcraft 3. I can show my Windows screen. But the moment I go back into it, it takes that as access to cut it off. I really don't want to put effort into learning though. I'm past that point. But I might actually have to, because he does the easy mode shit that is the strongest shit you can do. It's one of the biggest ironies is that typically, like a lot of things, I relate this to Heroes of the Storm, the easiest heroes like Brightwing will do like 2 times more healing than any other fucking healer in the game, and her heal is passive. She doesn't actually press any buttons to heal. That's what I see Albert's human as. A lot of you won't be able to relate to it, but I'm fucking telling you, and a lot of you who actually are good at Warcraft 3 and understand will fucking know that he is taking an incredibly easy road towards victory with that human shit. I don't know, I mean, I don't know how many of you people actually watch my videos and sort of understand what actual skill is. A lot of you seem to be under the illusion that just sort of macroing well is skill. I don't see that as a skill though, I just see that as boring. It just seems like a really dull way to win. I don't know, it's just because I'm more action orientated. I like to get into a fight and sort of outplay my opponent with micro. When someone just turns up in your base and kills all of your burrows and you can't out repair it or do anything about it, and that isn't outplayed, that's just someone turning up in your base and killing all your burrows and then the game's over. It's like StarCraft 2. That game ended a lot through just someone basically getting lucky or getting a barracks kill or something like that, and you may as well leave. Game over. Fuck the rest of the units that you have on the map. Doesn't mean anything. Because you've lost that building, you've lost. It's the skill of the summons. It's why Albert does it. I mean, what? You remember his fucking Farseer and Firelord build, right? What does he do there? Goes Farseer, takes to tier 2, gets Firelord, and rushes with summon units. Are you seeing a pattern here? Is he winning through skill, or is he just fucking getting tier 2 and rushing with heroes that can summon and outmass your opponent? A lot of you seem to have some sort of colluded idea of what actual skill is. We're on very different paths, a lot of you and myself. Very different paths of what actual skill is and what actually outplaying someone is. There's beating someone and then there's actually outplaying them. Sexy Time plays me, beats me, he outplays me. Albert beats me. There's no fucking outplaying there with fucking summon units. I don't count that as actual any sort of skill whatsoever. That's just pressing W, going Archmage, press W, get Beastmaster, press Q. That's supposed to be the same level of skill as actually microing, hiding archers and pulling back forth, abolishing magic, etc, etc with this Shadow Troll. I don't fucking think so. Got no fucking idea what actual skill is, a lot of these people. No idea. Again, skill equals ability to win. That's wrong. Alright, we'll come up with another word for it then. Flair. It does feel like skill's the right word though. Actual genuine skill. Actually be genuinely good. Anyone can just sort of macro 24/7. Because that's what they said about StarCraft 2. You just put enough fucking effort into it, you just get there. How do you want me to counter it? Just camp my base, I guess. I don't know, I'm just frustrated at seeing the same shit every single game. It's either Tower Rush when I'm Night Elf, or heroes that can summon every fucking game. I don't fucking think so. Well, there it is. Scum of the Earth Albert playing a human on the top left there. And at the top right, I'm the best. But is he? That's the question. We'll find out. Looks like he's going ghouls to start off with. At least not fiends right off the bat. Altar, cigarette. Where's the crypt though? What happened to that? Maybe there is a graveyard coming. Don't know, it seems like a strange build to me. The altar first though, for the arch Death Knight Harasser the Archmage. That's what I think. Best of 5.
forces are under attack.
It's pretty much what undead do. Actually, it's just tech straight up. They do very little else, just pure tech.
A player's forces are under attack.
3 ghouls to fiends. Really pushing his luck here, but it's working.
Player's forces are under attack.
How did he fuck that up? That's what I lost to. It's actually going to come back in. No, almost. He actually had a death coil available there. He just got a bit too cocky. Needed to hang back just a little bit longer. He's still got the animation of the death coil to go through.
Player's forces are under attack.
Fiend snipe. Almost.
Player's forces are under attack.
This is it. Just take this replay and copy this build as undead. Undead in a sense does have the easiest macro. I think Orc also has incredibly easy macro, but undead, if they can get away with doing this, I mean he's basically doing nothing. He's just taking straight to tier 3 and playing with his hero only. Now he's getting a few fiends just for extra support, because he didn't even need them in the first place, because he can just do loads of damage with the Death Knight. It's pretty huge. Gets his item, finishes that off, comes over, harasses. He's got 1 death coil in him. Level 3 Archmage though. There's some nice juicy water elementals. Couldn't quite get there in time. Good try.
A player's forces are under attack.
It's got way too much wood, like I normally do. Let's burrow. Statues.
Player's forces are under attack.
It's going to Oh, an orb of corruption. Pick up that level 3. Much like a Blade Master to a degree. No, he didn't get level 3. Just harass. $54 food for Albert, 40 at the moment for Best. It's one way to push the Mountain King back. Orb of Corruption is so fucking broken. Just picking the units off one by one. I'm not really losing anything in the process. Undead, the most imbalanced race in 1 versus 1 apparently.
A player's forces are under attack.
No upgrades. That's funny. Bit of a curb stomp, really. Where were your summons now? Indeed. Yeah, militia are imbalanced, especially on Turtle Rock. That's how he was able to creep so easily and still level up his Archmage whilst I was chasing him. You can still do that on other maps, but it's a lot more of a punishment if you do it, because you have to travel a lot further to do it. Whereas Turtle Rock, you just basically step 2 seconds outside of your base and you've already got something to creep and kill. Night Elf is balanced because it's incredibly fucking hard to play. The other races have much bigger shortcuts than Night Elf do. Human, Tech, Tier 2, Archmage Mountain King or Archmage Beastmaster summons. Maybe rifles, but otherwise spellbreakers, casters. Press stop. That's the shortcut with human. Orc, their Blade Master Shadowhunter, or Farseer Tauren Chieftain versus Night Elf. Grunts to Raiders and Spirit Walkers almost always. A Kodo. If your first is undead, then you might want to throw in a couple more Headhunters. And that's pretty much their shortcut, and that's what they do. Although at least they have to kind of work for it, and they can't quite press stop so easily. Undead, possibly one of the easiest. Just basically tech to tier 3. Death Knight, harass, use ghouls to gather wood for buildings. Start making fiends when it's convenient, and you can actually have some sort of little army to go alongside the massive DPS that your Lich is going to be doing once he comes out around about shortly before you reach tier 3. He's going to pick up an Orb of Corruption. You're going to have a statue or 2 statues. You're going to move out with a Death Knight Lich, 3 fiends, a couple of statues, and then you're going to start to progress those statues into destroyers, and maybe throw in abominations if you need some sort of distraction, particularly versus human or something like that. Otherwise you'll just stick to fiends and destroyers, and then triple hero or 2 heroes depending on what you can handle as undead. That's incredibly easy to do. Night Elf, I mean, Night Elf versus Orc, they still go triple hero, but it's not an easy triple hero combo. It's Demon Hunter, Beastmaster and Goblin Tinker. It kind of is tricky to pull off as Night Elf because they don't have the ability to stand still with caster units and just heal up and just be protected. Night Elf actually have to work for it a little bit more. And Mass Talons are really good versus Orc, but they can still be beaten, and they don't heal themselves. Moon Juice is only so good for so long, and that's a big part of the game. It's not quite so reliable. So he is playing Night Elf now. He's going to actually have to work a bit harder this time. Panda first, not Demon Hunter and Panda, he's gone Panda first. Interesting style of play. See how that one works out for him. Should be able to get one more kill, yeah. Panda can sneak in here and just breath of fire over the peasants that are on wood, but an Arcane Tower will make it much harder for him. But he'll do that anyway. Blow his mana. He's got a few archers, done his harass, decides to go into creeping at this point, and tech, now that he knows that there's no point continuing a harass. So he got a few hits and kills with the Panda, not much.
A player's forces are under attack.
Night Elf is actually pretty good on this map because of the Ancient War coming over here and creeping the turtles. It's a bit like I say, Human is very good on this map as well because Militia have to travel 2 feet and then they can get access to a really strong level camp that they can actually creep pretty damn easily and fast because they can blast through it with a whole ton of Militia. Albert really dropped the ball there, not actually upgrading it to an arcane tower. That's huge, not doing that. He had every opportunity to do it as well.
A player's forces are under attack.
Good item. Gauntlets of Ogre Strength. Can't really argue with that if you're going to have one item early on in the game. As a panda. So this fella, he's normally pretty damn tough, but if you have a whole shitload of militia surrounding him, you can make light work of him quite quickly. Especially if you get something else, like a hero or whatever, to tank these two, so they're not hurting the militia. Surprised that Ancient of War took so much of a beating. Double Arcane Sanctum. Little